Hi, this is Congressman Jeff Fortenberry, and I'm speaking to you from Washington, D.C. First of all, let me thank you, Mr. Rasmussen, and all of the students, particularly you seniors who are graduating, for your interest in dialoguing with me about a variety of very important public policy issues. For you seniors going on, I wish you all the best in your future endeavors, and remember, we are people who self-governs, and now it is your responsibility, by being informed and voting and potentially even running for office in the future, to take control of America and our future outcomes in public policy. The government really does deal with three major areas of policy: national security, economic security, and family security. Regarding national security, it's perhaps the most important policy outcome that we can provide for you. My first duty to you is to keep you safe and to keep the rest of the country safe. We have tremendous debates going on right now as to what the right level of expenditure ought to be for our military. Of course, there is a widespread agreement that not only should we keep you safe, but that we should protect those, our veterans, who have served us so well. The world has gotten more complicated, ironically, as we become more interconnected. The competing space for ideas, some good, some innovative, some very beneficial for the future of humanity, compete with those who are trying to do us grave harm. For instance, in the Middle East, ISIS, people committed to a twisted ideology, trying to exterminate entire groups of people, Christians, Yazidis, and other innocent Muslim peoples as well. This is why we have to be on constant vigilance, get the budgets right, and then again, take care of those who have served us. Regarding economic security, a number of you wrote to me about trade. This is important to Nebraska, as a number of our agricultural products are exported. It's very important to our economy. And the dynamics of trade are going to continue to be not only debated, but I believe also have to be refined. We've entered into a number of trade agreements where the imbalances are very significant. So I think moving forward, we have to reset our economic relationships with peoples internationally, ensure that we are getting a fair chance to compete with our products in their markets as they get a fair chance to compete for our consumers here in America. So resetting these relationships so that they are authentic, so that we can have smart and fair trade for the benefit of all peoples, I think is the future direction in which we're going to head. Finally, family security. We don't think too much about this in Nebraska, but the strength of the nation really does depend upon the strength of family and community. We tend to nationalize every type of problem. Washington, D.C. ought to do a few big things very well: keep you safe, ensure that we have orderly commerce, protect the rights, the dignity of persons, and then, of course, use our influence constructively and positively worldwide in the areas of diplomacy and sustainable development, protecting our environment, again, creating the conditions that we have here for other peoples worldwide so that there can be a lowering the prospects of belligerent behavior and war. But this really comes from the heart of America. The formative institutions of family life, faith life, and your local school system there, where Mr. Rasmussen and others who have dedicated themselves to your formation are doing so with right reason and a good and generous heart. That's the strength of America. So moving forward, I'm really grateful that you contacted me, that you're willing to engage with me as your United States representative in the House of Representatives as a member of Congress. But really, most of life is lived out right there in Raymond and the surrounding countryside around Lincoln, where, of course, I live in Lincoln as well. And that's the beauty and gift of America, that our strength comes from internally. Thank you all so much for listening to me, and again, I wish you all the best in your future endeavors.